Welcome aboard passengers, Megasim here for an additional third video for today. I know, how exciting. The reason why that we are doing a third video, a bonus video, you may say, is there was something that was posted on the news, on Train Sim World News, right after the roadmap was released. And that was bringing Steam to Train Sim World 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to discuss that. And we're going to have a look and see what it says. So Steam, not the PC, Steam Train Choo Choo, is coming to Train Sim World 2 and is currently in development. So it says Steam power is very different, a very different experience to the diesels and electrics already available in the game. Getting it right as a player experience means understanding where those differences are and how it should feel to manage power on a more mechanical basis. So what they've done is they've caught up with Dovetail Games founder, CEO and Chief Creative Officer Paul Jackson to get his insight into what the challenges are and what we want to accomplish in bringing Steam to Train Sim World. So, hello Paul Jackson, how are you? I'm good, thank you. No, I'm joking. So, the first question they ask is, what are we looking for with a Steam experience? So, Paul has said, I feel that all trains are wonderful things. I see people complaining about the paces running in the north of England, but he loves them. They might have been cold and noisy things, but loved the times he's ridden on one. Then again, he didn't have to live with them every day. So he's got a deep love of trains that has stuck with him ever since he became a train fan in his mid-teens. And then he started train spotting with his friends, and ever since then he's gone out of his way to see trains everywhere he's been. They've done rail quizzes at Dovetail, and it freaks him out as much as it freaks everyone else out that he knows most of the answers. He is that guy. So the trains that we enjoy are the ones that we engage in with in the real world, and that's critical. Whether it's the train you see in the morning or the preserved steam engine, authenticity is everything. So then the question was, when you say authenticity, what do you mean? Well, it says that he's talked in the past about his perfect train experience, what it would be. So we've heard this from Matt as well, what Paul has mentioned. So standing at Crewe Station 1953 to 54, when most of the privations of the war were over. Sorry, that's too early, is it? 1954, privatisation of the British Railway. Anyway. Services were reasonably back to normal, but all for the intents and purposes modern technology hadn't started to encroach on the steam engines just yet. So just watching things happen naturally where an unexpected loco might come through the station is an idea of a perfect experience. And that would be the epitome. To see the train in its natural environment. Perhaps it's dirty, perhaps they had to put a different engine on at the last minute, pulls into the station, maybe the fires run down, the crew might be tired, so they set off again heading north. So when he thinks about steam trains, they're preserved or heritage rail, which is superb, and that's what he really wants, is steam in its natural environment. So what work a day's steam? So in many ways, the purest rail experience is for him. A close second would be the old electrics, so the Class 76s over the Woodhead. And the Milwaukee electronics as well, and even old EMUs excite him too. But they're quite agricultural, modern but agricultural, and that's what appeals to him. But simulating steam engines is the opportunity to provide a wider variety of unique engines that players can try their hands on. The excitement, the colour, the smoke, the steam, the romance and the passion, and find this prospect tremendously exciting. So if you ever stood next to a steam engine, there's an immediate understanding of its power. You can appreciate its scale, feel its heat, get the sense that it might explode at any moment, but we know that it won't. But you cannot help be aware of the almost primal nature of the machine. Then the whistle blows and they're off, putting that power into motion. So the most challenging aspect of simulating a steam engine is the skill involved in their management. It takes a partnership between the driver and the fireman on the footplate. Finesse, experience to really master the craft, whether uphill, downhill, accelerating, braking, knowing the train that you're operating as well. The characteristics of the formation just takes significant expertise, and safety systems are modest, so the assistance provided to the crew is primitive and the controls are intimidating. But the sheer professionalism and skill got those trains from one place to another. And it's very rewarding. Even though it's challenging, it's rewarding to have that experience. Whether you're into steam trains or not, there is the ultimate train management experience that we can give our players, it says. So it's a living thing. Modern diesels, electrics come with more self-management systems allowing you to tell them what you want them to do. But with steam, you're in control of how you want them to do it. And that's the thing. A sensible analogy would be that driving modern traction is like driving a car, whereas steam would be like driving a horse. Riding a horse. Essentially, the horse can shy at the slightest thing. It has its own needs. It will try and eat and drink whilst you're trying to go forwards. So the term agricultural regularly in describing control systems, what do you mean by that? It's just the physical, the mechanical. Fundamentally, you have to release the brakes, set the reverser, operate the regulator. All mechanical processes involved are heavy, forged metal, and it's a physical process. And there's no automated assistance, so you need to ensure that you do it right. So this is a question that I like. I've not read these, so we're going down them together. So how do you represent a physical experience when you're doing that with a digital interface? Well, that's the challenge. They need to communicate what is happening to the player, explaining what you need to do, and it needs to be reasonably straightforward. But we also need to know what and why something is happening. How do you know what you've done is correct, even if you don't see an immediate result? How do you know that you've got something wrong when everything appears to be running smoothly at the time? So focusing on early modeling so we can test those systems out and make sure that you can feel what's happening without needing help. So the trick is in communicating what's happening when you can't physically feel the state the engine is in. Well, that's the holy grail, he said. If you become a driver on modern traction, you've had a 6-month training course, maybe another 6 months of driving with an inspector. With a steam engine, you will have started as a cleaner on the footplate, then promoted to be fireman. Then you are intimately familiar with the engine over about 7 or 8 years before getting your hands on those controls being a driver. Now we've got all that. We've all got to pass that experience. Where is it? I've lost my place. There it is. Artistry and skill to our players and grant them 8 years experience in moments. The better we meet that challenge, the more rewarding it will be to play. So that is true. When you want to drive a steam train, it's not just, yep, done, let's go. It takes time. You work your way up to be a steam train driver. Now, it does say that they are going to have regular updates on how steam is progressing through the development process over the months to its release. So it does say months. It does say months, and it does say simulgraph trains the world's physics systems are being enhanced to give players the feel of managing a steam train and how the role of fireman is integrated into the experience. So potentially we become the fireman, potentially we become the driver. That would be good. I'm looking forward to that. So I will leave a link in the description below of this question and answer, but now we know it definitely is Steam Train Choo Choo that we are going to be getting for Train Sim World 2. What do you think? What do you think of getting steam trains on this? Now, I've had a few people comment and let me, and ask me, oh, will it be West Somerset Railway? And I'm like, well, it could be Bluebell, it could be Watercress Line, Midhants Railway, it could be Romney and Dymchurch, it could be Kent and East Sussex, it could be a real life line. Northern Trans-Pennine. They could say, well, get rid of the Class 101s, the 40s and the 47s and all of them, and put steam trains on there because that's a dated line at the moment. They could be going for anything. There are so many different places that you could use steam trains and national rail, on the main line or on the preserved lines as well. But I'm really looking forward to this. I am looking forward to getting on a steam train and doing this. Now, yeah, I like my diesels, I like my electric trains, but I love steam as well. And I bet you do too. So let me know in the comments, what is your favourite steam train that's out there at the moment? Is it the Mallard? Is it the Flying Scotsman? Or is it something maybe from America or from Germany or, anywhere? Let me know in the comments below. That'd be great to hear from you. But thanks for watching. This was a bonus video with the Q&A with Paul on there. So have a great day and we will see you on the next video. And oh, that was it. Somebody mentioned one of my images a few seconds into this video is of the NEC New York. Look out for that. That's a little hint of what's to come. Anyway, see you tomorrow on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.